Sorry. Technical difficulties. Raise your hand if the first thing you looked at this morning is your phone. Before you came here today, how many times did you check your phone? Can you even count how many? How many times did you stare at your pictures before you finally posted them? Did you throw one of your favorites out because of a slight imperfection that only you noticed? Why is that? Why do we feel the need to constantly check our phones, to analyze our pictures and how we look in them? And why do we feel the need to make everything look perfect on social media? According to an article on evolution of social media from Maryville University, 72% of US adults use social media. We as a society are too obsessed with social media and how we look on social media, and less worried about the impacts it has on ourselves and on others. Do we really want to continue living these fake online lives, or do we want to start living for real life? My name is Katie Watney, and today I will be discussing social media, how it impacts our society and our mental health, and ways we can change it for the better. Don't get me wrong, social media is a great resource for staying in touch with others as it was intended. So let's take a look at some of the pros. According to Maryville University, social media was first used to help users connect with friends, family, and like-minded individuals they don't have the opportunity to see in person. In ways, social media can be a good distraction from what is going on in the world. For example, during COVID-19 lockdowns, many turned to social media, more specifically TikTok, for support and entertainment. According to Penn Medicine News, during lockdowns, social media engagement increased by 61%. It became a lifeline to the outside world, connecting all of us beyond our confinement in our homes. In recent years, social media has also been used to spread awareness, education, and acceptance for disabilities, body positivity, mental health, and others. We get to see others, and understand that not everyone outside of our general location look alike or think alike. There are ways we get to educate ourselves on the importance of loving and accepting others. Social media has been a great tool for digital activism, connecting with friends and family, and finding people with common interests. However, it has also been a breeding ground for misinformation, depression, anxiety, unrealistic goals, and cyberbullying. These days, social media has made such an impact on our everyday lives that sometimes we feel we can't do anything, we can't function if we do not have the confirmation from others on social media. Going back to the lockdown, let's discuss the misinformation that was also spread during this time. According to Penn Medicine News, the spread of potentially harmful information became so prevalent during the pandemic that many sites, including Facebook and Twitter, have started flagging and in some cases removing content based not in facts. Despite these efforts, social media users are still bombarded with images, articles, and posts that spread misinformation and contribute to an already heightened sense of fear. While we as a society have become a little more accepting, social media is still a dangerous place for anxiety, depression, and body image. While we are on social media, we are constantly seeing images of the perfect body and ads for unhealthy dieting techniques, promoted by celebrities who paid thousands on cosmetic surgery, or $9.99 on Facetune. Social media has taught us to care too much about what others think about us. It has given us the idea of perfectionism. Not a hair misplaced in those windy beach pictures. Our suitcases didn't get lost in Cancun. Jeremy Tyler is a professor of clinical psychiatry, says says there are so many ways perfectionism can drain quality of life. Often patients think that if they can try hard enough to be perfect, they'll be the best. But what we know now is they just end up trying harder, and we challenge the value of perfectionism. Now, I'm sure we have all experienced bullying in school at one point in our lives. But what happens when it follows you home? It's all over social media, and we can't avoid it. According to an article by Megan Meyer Foundation, 59% of US teens have been a victim of cyberbullying and online harassment. Students who experience bullying and cyberbullying are 2 times more likely to attempt suicide, nearly doubling since 2008. Now that we've talked about the pros and the cons of social media, let's talk about what we can do as a society to create a better online environment for generations to come. We can make social media a positive space for everyone. High Country Behavioral Health gives us these tips for protecting our mental health on social media. Limit your screen time. Remember that what people often post is not honest or real representations of their lives. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad or isn't healthy for your personal mental health. Report bullying and harassment behavior immediately. Spend time working on your real world relationships. Use time away from social media to take care of yourself and do things that you find interesting or make you happy. Try to avoid spreading misinformation. By doing your own research before you speak out about a topic that could be harmful, know your facts. Look at different websites and get a view from all angles before you create your own opinion on something. There are many pros and cons of social media, but it is clear that we as a society and an online community, we need to make a change for the better. There are ways to be happy on the internet without the pressure of being perfect or believe something that you don't stand for. The only way to achieve this is to be our most authentic selves and allow others to do the same. I challenge everyone here today to take this step forward in the direction to a positive online atmosphere. Post those selfies you felt happy and confident in until you analyzed. Read articles that have real facts in them before you post misinformation. Be kind to others and encourage this positivity. And most importantly, be yourself.
That was good. I liked how you gave us like things we could do to like actually make a change.
Yeah, I like that too. And I like the way you set your PowerPoint up. It was
Mhm.
real colorful and engaging.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, I can go next if you want me to. Okay. Hi, my name is Laura Wyndham, and today I'll be talking about how young children should be playing sports. Thinking about playing sports, do it. You won't just gain short-term benefits, but you will also gain long-term ones, which were even more better. Playing sports teaches you life lessons and prepares you for situations in the future that you wouldn't be able to gain from anything else. Today, I'm going to be talking about how playing sports teaches you life lessons, it gives you life skills, and it prepares you for the future. First things first, we can talk about something that we all love, life lessons. Some people look at sports and they just think it's all about the physical activity, but it's not. It teaches you so much more and it helps you to learn. One thing you can learn is self-discipline. An article by J.P. Morita called Life Lessons Sports Teaches You says that the self-discipline taught in sports allows a person to thrive in life with worth ethic and to improve. You can come from nothing and have nothing, and you can get involved in sports and realize that you have worth and that you have worth ethic to go and achieve those goals that you've always had. It also teaches you how to pick yourself up and keep going after you've failed. Marita also states that losing with dignity is just as important with winning this class. A person can find success after learning from their failures. Learning that not everyone is going to win and that there is going to be someone who loses is very important, especially at a young age. Um, the teaching of it helps you to learn that it helps you to overcome adversity and it acts as a distraction to like your home life. There's a story in this article by Marita that talks about a boy who lost both of his parents, and then he went and got involved with sports and ended up winning a state championship title in track. And without his sport, he would not have been able to overcome those challenges at homes, and it led him to believe, or led him to happiness. Now that I've explained what we can learn from it, let's talk about what it gives you: life skills and characteristics. Playing sports at a young age allows kids to start gaining skills and traits that you continue to benefit you for your whole life. For instance, a healthier lifestyle. Obesity rates are continually rising in the United States, but whenever the kids who play sports, their rates are continually going down by at least 26%. An article by William Humphrey called "Opinion Youth Sports Are Crucial in Preparing Our Children for the Future" says that the kids who eat fruits and vegetables are less likely to smoke and less likely to be obese. So whenever the ones who are playing sports, they are continually building up those life skills of eating healthy. So it's not whenever they're 20 harder for them to want to eat healthy. It also teaches you how to be patient, compassionate, respectful, and it gives you leadership skills, and which boosts your self-confidence. For me personally, I played sports growing up, and so this is me whenever you can kind of see just my team or some of my team, but it taught me, playing sports taught me that I do have leadership skills. And before that, I never would have been the one to speak up or go the extra mile. But playing a sport taught me that there's always people watching you and you have to lead by example. And so, and be positive. And so that really helped me. In an article by the University of Kansas, it states that in Psychology Today, Dr. Barbara Markway wrote that self-confidence is linked to almost every element involved in happiness and fulfilling life. So whenever you have more confidence, you're more likely to go out and step out of your comfort zone. And so having self-confidence is linked to leadership, because whenever you have more confidence, you're more likely to lead others, and you're more likely to be have more empathy for people because you're not so concerned about just yourself. You're looking around to who you can help. Sports also helps you to gain psychological skills that allows you to set goals, be on time, and have emotional control, because in the future, whenever you have a job, you're going to have to be on time, and some things in the workplace doesn't always go your way, and those sports will help you to teach you that you have to have emotional control. Constantly playing sports can also help you, benefit you in the classroom, and whenever you're taking tests in your knowledge. Last but certainly not least, let's dive into another crucial aspect of sports: teamwork. Sports gives you a sense of teamwork, which will come in handy in the workplace in the future. Playing with a group of people who all want to achieve the same thing will teach you that you can't achieve it on your own. You have to gain respect and trust from others. Marita states in her article, players learn quickly that their best cannot come from success. Their best chance at success comes through cooperation with teammates. Whenever you're in a work setting, it takes collaboration, especially if you're in a multi-million-dollar company all working together. You have to work with each other. Teamwork also allows for personal growth. The University of Kansas states that by sharing info and essentially cross-training for each other, each member of the team can flourish. So working with people allows you to look at their benefits and their accomplishments, and that teaches you that you can it'll working together can make the situation a lot easier. From the other viewpoint, though, people might say that sports can cause stress or injuries or unhealthy anger, and that's just the negative side to it. Every situation in life is going to have a negative side, but for sports, the relationship, the skills, and the memories that you get will be so much more beneficial. This is a graphic that shows that active kids in life have 40% higher on tests. They earn up to 8% more with money whenever they're working, and they're 15% more likely to go to college. So those life lessons, the life skills, and the preparation for the future can all be gained simply by playing sports as kids. At the end of the day, play sports and have fun with them. Don't just think about the physical strain or the activity that you have to do. Think about the relationships, the skills, and the preparation that you gain for it. Thank you for listening to my speech. Sorry, that was all over the place.
I think it was well organized, and I like the way that you provide all the benefits, the ways it give you like life lessons when you like grew up playing sports as a child, and I like the fact that you showed your picture because it show you know what you're talking about because you done experienced it before. So
Thank you.
I also really liked it.
Thank you.
I'll go next. Hello, everyone. My name is Jesslyn Smith, and today I'm going to be talking about why teachers should get paid more. Helen Caldecott once said, "Teachers, I believe, are the most responsible and important members of society because of their professional efforts and that affect the fate of the earth." Teachers play a crucial role in shaping the future of society, yet are often undervalued, underpaid. Therefore, increasing their salaries is necessary to attract and retain qualified educators, improve student outcomes, and ultimately invest in the future of our communities. Teachers impact our lives and our children's lives daily. Being in a school system as an assistant teacher, I experience the way that teachers feel about being unappreciated and underpaid frequently. I will be talking about how teachers would be more willing to teach if they had a better salary, also, how teachers leaving their profession affects their students, and finally, how teachers play an important role in education and development of young people. Has your favorite teacher ever quit in the middle of a school year or the next school year and you wondered why? Teachers would be more willing to teach if they had higher raises. Some teachers are often the main income resource in a household. This leads to them having to find a better paying job to support their family. According to the College Reality Check article, 18% of public school teachers in the U.S. have to find a second job to provide for their family. The Legal Reader article states that an alarming rate of educators are actually leaving the profession entirely each year because of the lack of money that they make. Teachers would be less dependent on government programs like food stamps and general health care. In DeSoto County, they have a program that provides assistant teachers or provides teachers to pay for their cost of a home in the district and where they're working in efforts to attract more teachers there. The teachers must agree to stay for at least 3 years as a requirement to get a $6,000 loan. Teachers play a huge role in our lives and in our children's lives daily by teaching them how to live in society. Teacher salary results in a high teacher turnover, resulting in higher student dropout rates and poor student performance. When a teacher gets paid more, students do better. Most teachers stay after school hours to prepare for the next day or the next week, and teachers do not get paid extra for those hours that they work. They put in the extra time because they just love their students and they love their job. Students complete more schooling, receive the assistance that they need, and have a great quality of teaching. Teachers also help students increase self-esteem and confidence to prepare their students for higher education and to live in society. Students become less inclined to participate in class when their usual teacher is not there with them. This can cause their grades and their test scores to drop. When a student creates a bond with the teacher, they are more likely to try and please them by participating and making those good grades. These teachers encourage problem solving and create projects that solve real world problems. Even though teachers work hard daily to make their students feel appreciated, who's doing that for them? Teachers go through 4 or more years of schooling to get their degree to play that important role in education and development in young people. Teachers focus on building relationships with their students, become advocate for their students with more significant needs, and support their students by managing conflicts that may arise. When a student has a teacher that likes and cares about them, they are more motivated to learn and be engaged in the classroom. Students need to be seen and heard. Their teachers are there for them for sometimes 8 hours out of a day, and a lot can go on during that time. It is good for the students to know that they have their teacher on their side. When teachers are paid more, they feel more appreciated and heard. This increases their quality of teaching. English teacher Sherry Frederick highlighted that the need for teachers to have a seat at the table when decisions are being made for the next school year is important. Most administration have little to no idea what's going on in the classroom. Therefore, a teacher should be in the decision-making meetings for the next school year. That way, they can tell the administration what worked and what did not, and have better ideas for what happens the next school year. Respect and encouragement for a job well done are enough to appreciate teachers, said Linda Plake. Some teachers work very hard to get the best test scores and help their students grow, all while going unnoticed by their administration. I'm trying to share my screen.
I think I'm gonna make you the host really quick, and then you'll be able to share it. There you go.
Can you see that? Okay. So on the left is a picture of the teacher shortages in the United States, and then on the right is just a picture of a teacher interacting with her children, and how I just wanted to show like how the kids are smiling in the picture, and so is she, like they're working together, and how the relationship just means so much to both of them, the kids and the teacher. And then the teacher shortage, that's a lot of teachers that no longer want to teach.
I think you had a very good speech.
Oh wait,
And
I'm not done. I'm not done. Sorry. So if you remember one thing from my speech today, let it be this: teachers shape our future and create the next generations. We should show them appreciation for more of what they do. Like I said before, teachers play a crucial role in shaping the future of our society, yet they are often undervalued and underpaid. Therefore, increasing their salaries is necessary to attract and retain qualified educators, improve student outcomes, and ultimately invest in the future of our communities. I hope that after hearing my speech today, you have learned how teachers would be more willing to teach if they had better salaries, also how teachers leaving their profession affects their students, and finally, how teachers play an important role in education and development of young people. Now that you have learned all these things, do you agree that teachers should get paid more? If so, let's do something about it. Thank you. Now
okay,
I'm
my bad.
done.
I think you had a very good speech, and the fact that you a teacher, like you experienced firsthand, you understand, and I like your visuals too, because
Mhm.
the shortage is crazy, like because teachers really lay the like foundation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I like how you tied it into like the kids and like the role they have with kids, not just like teachers need to get paid more. Like you tied it into like what they actually do. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I really liked your speech. Because there is such a problem with like a shortage of teachers. Like I know I grew up in New Orleans, and like I constantly had substitutes all year round for some classes. So I really like your speech.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, can I be the co-host? I gotta share my screen.
Jessalyn, do you know how to do that? Okay, so
Oh, maybe
you're
my
gonna
bad.
you'll go on her profile, and then whenever, well, not profile, but whenever you go onto her picture, there's like the little blue dots. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so my name is Michaela Williams, and I did my speech on disabled people should receive free healthcare. Did you know that most disabled people in the United States live in poverty? According to researchers at Stony Brook University, the University of Tennessee, and the National Disability Institute, and the Oxford Institute of Population Aging, it is estimated that the household containing adults with disabilities is on average required 28% more income, or additional $17,690 a year, to acquire the same standard of living as a similar household of an able-bodied person. Financial problems add on to the hardships they face daily just because of the way they were born. Healthcare for people living with disabilities should be free. The United States healthcare system can and should do better for those living with disabilities. The cost of healthcare affects them so much to the point that many people living with disabilities are also living in debt. Not only is there financial hardship, quality of care is an issue as well. Do they receive the proper quality of care for their medical needs? Most times, no. Peter Morea, in article, What Are the Additional Costs of Living to People with Disabilities? He says they are more likely to experience poverty because of the additional costs they face. And in this visual, we see the additional costs could be the extra cost of living that includes healthcare, mobility, transportation, childcare, or education. The cost of services the treatment they receive, and is often low quality, creating further barriers with children with disabilities, and the loss of earnings with the guardians that must work less in order to provide care for the disabled child or elder. Disabilities are not rare. I'm sure everyone knows someone in your either family or your social network with a disability. I had a very close church member who was disabled. She was full of life. She even had a job at McDonald's. She sung on the church choir and everything. She passed back in 2018, but growing up and watching how the community embraced her was very inspiring. She was just like anyone of us. The purpose of this speech is to argue that the United States healthcare system should do better in assisting people with disabilities. I'm going to provide you with some of the ways in which they can do better by focusing on the financial hardships and quality of care. But first, let me talk a little bit about what disabilities are. According to the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, they define a person with a disability as a person who has a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activity. Because there's a wide range of disabilities, there are different medical needs. This affects the quality of care. Not everyone may need the same type of treatment because of the difference in disabilities or their needs. Chronic disabilities or diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, or cystic fibrosis are a few examples of disabilities that require constant care. Over time, this constant care can become expensive. People with disabilities also tend to have poorer health than those who do not have disabilities. In this chart from the Office of National Statistics, we see that disabled people with a mental impairment as a main health issue have the poorest well-being ratings. Physical or other impairments aren't far behind. This goes across the board of happiness, worthwhile, life satisfaction, or anxiety. This causes them to use health care at a significantly higher rate. This is how they face greater financial problems. Although they use healthcare more, is it accessible? Do they receive professionals who are knowledgeable regarding the differences among people with disabilities? The answer is no, not always. In the article, Disability and Health Information for Healthcare Providers, it says that people with disabilities are more susceptible to preventable health problems that decrease their overall health and quality of life. Considering these 3 points, I hope to have shown you why people who have disabilities deserve better treatment. Their finances should be the least of their worries because of everything else they face day to day. Disability rights could be changed if people truly care and advocated more for them. This is why I believe disabled people deserve free health care.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked
I
it.
agree. I
like
like you sorry. I
You're
like
good.
that you talked about the lady from your church as well, like bringing her into the speech.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And I liked your visuals. It was interesting to see like the different stuff and all.
Thank
So,
you.
good job, everyone.
Yeah, y'all did good.